Okay, so we're back to recording in progress. So I can tell everybody tubing, weights, a pillow, and honoring yourself. So anytime you just feel like something's not working for you or you need to take a break, you should do that because that's how we roll. We're here to have a good time, to move, to lubricate, to stretch. So many components of our class today. So let's stand up and get started. She says to herself, with a march right left. So be aware of your space. Maybe put your arms out and just see where your walls are. Be aware of your furnishings. Take a breath as the arms move up overhead. Have a lovely weekend up north. Roll your shoulders. Maybe a little popping and cracking. Tap your right toe, tap your left toe. So my toes are going out in front. This reminds me to pull in my belly, lift up my chest, stand nice and tall. And thinking caps, of course. Heel out in front. And the toe is up. And you kind of make a big deal out of it, otherwise you're not going to get all the benefit of increasing the range of motion around your ankle joint. Tap to the side. So I'm tapping my toe to the side. You don't have to worry about arms. And then I'll remind you to breathe. Did you get some water? I have my water. So when we take our first water break, if you need to, because you forgot it, you can go get your water then. Tap back. So squeeze through your hips, maybe lean a little forward, and tighten up that belly, give support to our back. Then I go to that small reverse lunge, watch. So elements of balance for some. And this is where if you wanted to step over next to a wall, a chair, or a counter, so that you can have a little more balance. Front knee not overshooting your foot. That's a good reminder. Arms can be here. Arms can be here. Back heel does not come down. Let's hold that foot back. A little bit of balance. Reach your arms forward and back. And forward and back. Now shift your weight forward and back. So let's say when you go forward, you bring your heel up behind you. A little activation of our hamstring, eh? Last 4. Getting a little balance. Last one, now hold your foot back here and bring your hands on your hip side. Both knees are bent, back heel rolls up. Now, rock your pelvis front and back. This is good for our back. Now I'm going to hold the hips forward, lift up my chest, and begin to feel the front of my thigh. Some people will take the arm of the leg that's behind and lift it up and lean over. If that works for you and you feel steady, if not, this will do it. Lean forward, put your other foot back. The heel is up. The arms reach forward and back. Lean forward, lean back and drop that back heel down to the floor. Nice tight belly. And we're going to pick up the back heel and bring it to your bum. And knee lubrication as well. 4 more. Last 2. Hold your foot back. Put the hands on your hips and both knees are bent. Back heel comes up. This is where we move the pelvis front and back. So that we can open up the front of the thigh. So if you need to just step over and hold on. Hold the hip forward, lift up the chest, Maybe take the arm of the leg that's behind you and reach up or down. As a release, bring both of your hands onto your thighs and bend your knees. So think that you're down on the floor on your hands and knees, so the knees are not going to bend and straighten, they're just going to stay like they are. And then I'm going to tighten my belly up, tighten my belly up. Shall we think of these as upside down sit-ups? Without squeezing my tush, I'm just tightening my belly. So engage that abdominal wall. Now I'm going to go to a twist. If twist is not in your vocab, you're just going to turn your head one way and then the other. For those who can twist, hold the pelvis still. Take your opposite shoulder, move it toward the opposite leg, and push the knees apart because they're going to want to come in, or one's going to want to come in. So take the shoulder across. Either look to the side or look slightly upward. Come back center. That should feel good. Again, knees open, other shoulder moves across. If you're not doing a twist, just look. And return center. Roll yourself up, walk your feet in, roll your ankles and your wrist around in a stylish way. Same thing, other side. And then one final reach for the sky, feet are apart, arm reaches up, and then support your back by lifting as you go over. Bending that top elbow up, stepping up on the other side, reaching up first, leaning over second. We should take a little hamstring stretch. So as I put one foot forward and back my hips up, stick out my chest and stick out my rear end. Tighten the belly as you draw up and swap the legs. This is where you should feel it. Tighten the belly and roll up. Okay, let's kick right, left. This is da 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 da. Hey, da, da, da. That's the words, and you can sing along. So we're starting our combo. Pay attention. I think you'll be able to figure it out. So I'll do a kick and 3 marches. Here it is. Kick, 1, 2, 3. Kick, 1, 2, 3. Pull your belly in. Kick, march, march, march. Now after we learn everything, I will show you the embellishments. Right now we're just engaging our brain. And hopefully the body will follow along. Now just march in place. Now march out and in and in. Don't let the fact that my feet are moving out and in confuse you, because it's just the march. It is a right, a left, a right, a left. So I'll say out, out, and when I say that, we do this. All right, do the kick, march, march, march to the beginning. One more time. Out, out, in, in. Now, if the out, out, in just didn't resonate with you, you just keep marching when I say out, out, in, and you'll be on the right foot and you'll be doing basically the same thing. Now you can make a little more by bending the knees as you step wide. Back to kick, march, march, march. Hey, did you notice we changed legs? One more kick, march, march, march. Out, out, in, in. Might want to use your arms in the same way you're using your legs. 2 more. Back to the kick, march, march, march. Here it is. One more, march, march, march. Out, out, in, or just march. Yeah, not too bad, right? 2 more, we'll go back to kick, march, march, march. Only do 3 of those. Here we go. Kick, march, march, march. 1 more time. Out, out, in. 2 more, we go to kick, march, march, march 3 times. Here it is, right foot. 1 more. Out, out, in. 2 more, we go back to the beginning, doing 3 of the kick, march, 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 and adding on. 1 more. Out, out, in. Now the next part is a lunge. Let's start with just a tap, as that would be the basic option. Here you go, tap right, tap left. So I'm just tapping my toe. I haven't turned my body. There's not any weight on the foot moving out. Now I will say lunge, so traditionally that would be this. So you see my body turns, so I don't tweak my knee. The back heel comes up, I don't drop the heel. Now we do a single, single, then a double. Here it is, single, single, and a double. Go again, single, single, double. Think, single, single, double. Single, single, double. Breathe. Two more of the set. Last one, we go back to kick, march, march, march 3 times. Here it is. Kick, march, march, march. 1 more. Out, out, in, left foot. 2 more, we just go to single lunges, just the single lunges, left foot, right foot down. Careful that heel doesn't drop down. So you can just make it a tap or a little push off. Single, single, double. Single, single, now 2 times. Single, single, now double. In the combo, we only do single, single, double. What if I wanted to make it a little more? See, I get a little more springy, a little more impact, but just see how you're feeling. Last set, back to kick, march, march, march. Kick, march, march, march. 1 more, out, out, in. 2 more, single, single, double lunge, go. Stand tall. 2 more like this. Last time, back to the single, kick, march, march, march. Here it is. Kick, march, march, march. Out, out, in. And then here comes single, single, double lunges. On your left, hit it. 2. Hang on. Going back to the beginning. Kick, march, march, march. Kick, march, march, march. What is she doing? Out, out, in. So all I did is after I did my kick, I crossed over and did the march, march. You could do it or not. Lunges, single, single, double. Hold on, someone's coming in. One more. Kick, march, march, march. Or here's that crossover that I showed you. Out, out, in. I may go on a different foot. That's because I changed over there, but just get with me, okay? Single, single, double lunge. If you just joined us, be moderate. You may not be warmed up like we are. Single, single, double. One more. Okay, the beginning is kick, march, march. Kick, march, march, march. Out, out, in is the next part. And again, if the out, out, in doesn't work for you, you'll just march. Now the single, single, double pattern. Single, single, double. So that out, out, in will just be done twice. We're cutting things down a little. Kick, march, march, march. One more. Out, out, in. Lunge, single, single, double. One more time. Kick, march, march, march. One more time. Out, out, in. Lunges, single, single, now double. One more time, single, single, double. From the beginning, kick, march, march, march. One more kick, march, march, march. Out, out, in. Lunges. 2. Other side. 2. Kick, march, march, march. I'm doing that cross because it's stylish. Out, out, in, left foot. Lunges, left foot. We're going to practice some more. Left foot, kick, march, march, march. Out, out, in, or just march in place. Lunges. Switch. Kick, march, march, march. One more. Out, out, in, out, in, lunges. Once more. Kick, march, march, march. I think I'm on the wrong foot. That's okay. Out, out, in. I'll get you back there. Lunge. Kick, march, march, march. One more. Out, out, in. Lunges. So here I'm putting in double, single, single. Kick, march, march, march. One more. Out, out, in, one time. Lunges, single, single, double. Single, single, double. Kick, march, march, march. Kick, march, march, march. Out, out, in, left foot, lunges. Repeat. Kick, march, march, march. You don't have to do the crossover. Out, out, in, one time. Lunges. 2. Single. 2. Last time. Kick, march, march, march. One more. Out, out, in. La, la, lunges. So don't forget this. There's one other part. What? Stay right here. Take 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. So notice my feet are parallel, as there might be a tendency to turn the foot out and make it this kind of lunge. Lateral lunge. Remember what we know about lunge. Lateral lunge, the hips go back. The standing knee that you lean on bends while the other leg remains straight. Now this puts demand on the core, so you may want to support your back. 1, 2, hold on 3. Keep your head up and tighten your core. If you don't think you need the hands to brace, you can put the hands behind, or you can put the arms in front. 1, 2, 3. Now sink a little deeper. If you thought about this, this could be a bit of fall prevention, learning to use your muscles before you go all the way down unexpectedly. 1. I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see where my hips are going. 1, 2, 3, way back. And front knee not shooting over my ankle. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now if you want a little more intensity without bending over, take the opposite arm and reach for the floor. Opposite arm, reach for the floor. If that feels a bit much, brace with the same hand as the knee that's bending. Good. Should be raising our heart rates here. Giving you lots of time to work it lower than you might normally think you could. Head up. We'll do 4 more. Here's 4. Here's 3. Last 2, we're going to take a water break. Last one, do it, do it, do it. Okay, go grab yourself some water. We're going to put the 2 things together. That second one is not so complicated. Cheers. Okay, make sure you have a nice little swallow of water. Okay, so we're all here. Nice. So for those of you who came in a little bit late, the pattern is kick, march, march, march 3 times. Then you do 1 out, out, in. Then you do the lunges, single, single, double on each side. Then you'll go 1, 2, 3 several times. And then we'll go kick, march, march, march. Out, out, in. Although that might, maybe we'll do both sides and then we'll add lunges at the end. Let's do it all together. Okay, you with me? Right foot, we go. Kick, march, march, march. Out, out, in, left leg. Lunges. Again. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Kick, march, march, march. Kick, march, march, march. Last one. Out, out, in. La, la, lunges. 1 more. Okay, now go to your right. 3, 2, reach, get down. 3, 2, reach, get down. Head up. 1, 2, 3. Last time to the right. 1, 2, 3. Last time to the left. And we start with the right foot kick, march, march. Out, out, in. La, la, lunges. Switch. Kick, march, march, march. This is not crossing. Out, out, in. Lunges. Single, single, double. Other side. Now go 3, 2, reach down low. Yeah, that's the effort, right? Reach for it. 1, 2, option. Last time. Kick, march, march. Last one. Out, out, in. Lunges, single, single, double. Repeat. Kick, march, march, march. I'm doing a little hop here, building my intensity. Out, out, in. And lunges. Gotta stay focused. She said to herself. Lateral lunge. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Belly in, support your back. Once more each side, and then 1 more through the whole thing. Right leg does kick, march, march, march. Crossing over. Out, out, in. Lunges. 2. Repeat. 2. Kick, march, march, march. Out, out, in. lunges, single, double, single, double, lateral lunge. Okay, go to work here. Challenge yourself. Know you can do it. One more. Okay, march in place, take a breath. And we'll do a little bit for our ankles and our calves. So just stay where you are. You're gonna bring your feet together. Sometimes holding on to something is helpful. And your heels will go up and down. I'll turn sideways, this is it. Oh, look, my knees aren't bending. Don't make it this. This. Squeeze your bum, squeeze your thighs, squeeze anything you can feel, squeeze it. Heels together, toes open. Yes, it's my Charlie Chaplin, Mary Poppins move. Big foot going over your big toe, not just your little toe. Knees are straight. Okay, last one, separate the feet. Belly in. Same thing, faster. Woohoo! Runs up the back of your legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Kick your legs or walk or march. Just do something. Yeah. So still a little static stretch and prepare our upper body for weight work. So static stretch, going to be the calf stretch. My arms are either going to be in front or if you can, bring them up a little and draw the elbows back and back and back. So if you had a shoulder issue, you'd be here. Oh, I have a perspiration mustache. This is good. Now pause, switch your legs. Notice the feet are parallel, back foot has not turned out. Hold that heel down, calf stretch. This time, push, push. Feel like you're pushing, I don't know, a chest of drawers or something. Push it in front of you, push it. Make something out of nothing. Check your shoulders. Shoulders are down. Push at your chest. 2 more. Okay, let's grab our weights. We're going to be doing bicep curls and knee lifts. So it'll be this, or if one arm needs to happen, you can always move down to opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay, pick up your weights. And if you don't have weights, you know, a can of beans will always do it for you. Okay, this works on balance as well as our biceps. So if all you wanted to do were your arms, you could sit down and do just your arms or stand. Here's the hammerhead grip with palms in. Here's traditional palms up. It may make a difference to your wrists, so you decide. Now I'm going to start with just the arms, and I'm going to start lifting my legs, but again, you don't have to. Begin. Now I'm going to add opposite, my knees up. Try and hold that knee up when you hold your weights up. Blow. Zip your zipper. Now if you begin to feel you're getting tired, do opposite arm only, and that'll give one arm a chance to rest a little. You may not need that variation, so if you can, keep both arms going. I'm going to do 4 more with legs, then I'll do 8 without the legs. Okay, hold your legs, just your arms. 8, 7, 6, come on. 5, try hard. 4, 3, release it slowly. 2, hold them halfway out. Palms go up. So I'm going to get a little closer. My palms are up. My elbows are coming in. As your shoulder allows, open to the side. Stand on one foot, and if that doesn't work, have one toe down, but not to have a whole lot of weight on it. Stand on 2 feet, bring your elbows up, stand on the other foot or the toe down, breathe. Stand on 2 feet, hold the elbows there, one arm give to me, other arm. Do what you can. Try and keep the elbow up, but you may have really heavy weights and maybe go a little lower. That's okay. Last 4. Don't turn your body. Let's set the weights down a moment. Oh, I always feel so free when I do this. Okay, a little bit of hip mobility and strength and balance. If you find you need to hold on to something, we'll do one leg a bunch of times. It's a rotation. So the knee comes up, the knee goes out, the knee goes back. So you see, it's a ball and socket joint. Now if you felt like standing on one foot was a bit wobbly, steady yourself and use the leg away from what you're holding on to do a few of these rotations. Belly is in when you're ready. We're not going to count the reps. I want you to get the execution. Knee up, knee out, knee back. The hardest part is going to be putting your knee back. Pause. And we're going to use the same leg, so don't turn around. We're going to start back, and I'll turn to the side. So my knee goes back, knee side, knee front, side, front. You may find that going one direction is a little easier. How's your balance? I know, right? I feel the same way. Okay, give yourself a little break. Breathe. Other leg. So if you're steadying yourself or need to go steady yourself, you know, one leg may need it more than the other. It's the knee up to the side and back. When you're ready, give it a try. Really work to get that knee back behind you. That's going to be the challenge. Your range of motion may be a little smaller than mine. That's okay, you be you, as I like to say. Any speed that allows you to work in all parts of the circle. One more. Pause, don't turn around, go the other way. Knee up, knee side, knee front. If you ever need to put your foot down, it's okay. See, I didn't. Are you breathing? I'm breathing for you. Okay, come back to the center, bend both your knees, push your hips off, top shoulder back. Ooh, my heart rate's up a little bit. Go the other way. Ooh. Okay, here's where you're gonna need your pillow and your chair, because doing it standing up just looks silly. Not that anybody sees us, other than you seeing me. Watch how you're handling your props. Oh, I'm over by my water, so I will have a little sip. Okay, pillow. So if you just had like a regular old square pillow, put it between your legs like this. Because I've got this long one, I could do this. And then I put it between here. So squeezing, squeezing. Now as you're doing this adduction, Consider your posture. Keep your belly in, lift your spine up, let your shoulders be neutral, not in front, not in back, not up, but right at home. So if you feel you can assist your posture holding behind, but sometimes, the pillow slips out. So I'm squeezing, releasing, and blow as you go. Now assess yourself. Notice what you feel as you do this. Yes, your inner thighs are contracting, but what else do you notice? You may notice a little core, your back, your belly, maybe a little from your tush. Okay, let's change the rhythm and just pulse it so it goes press, 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 press. Always keeping the inner thighs engaged. And rest. So I'm going to grab my one leg. Maybe you have to go get it, but for me, I'll step over here. And you consider stand, but because we've been, I'm sweaty. Because we've been standing, you may want to sit and look, I'm kind of at the corner. That allows one leg to be my support, like this is the bench, my hand is on the bench. And then I can put my knee here and lean out and mitigate the amount of stress in my back while I still zip my zipper and bring my weight here. So we'll do rows. The rows will lead to a kickback row and then ultimately just kickbacks. But if you say, I'm too tall, like if Dick's with us, chairs might not be great for him because he's a tall person. So if you prefer, you can stand holding the back of the chair, making sure you don't tip it over, or the seat of the chair for those who want a little more work, replicating a bench. And then your shoulders are square. So see, as I face you, I'm here. I'm not this way. And that when my weight comes down, sometimes it just gets heavier and heavier and heavier. So it ought not go any further down from what you began. So get yourself set up either by sitting, standing, zipper, let your weight be here, and we just start with a row. Row, hand moving to your pocket, right there at about your hip. Now remember, I do a little variation. It's perfectly fine to do this saw motion, but I take the elbow and slightly move it in. I just find that's a little nice extra rhomboidal work. Now I'm going to add a kickback. So I draw up, I kick back. Remember, back is not necessarily high, because in order to accomplish that, sometimes this happens. Keep that shoulder down. It's more important to straighten the elbow. If you're in the chair, you're going to look more like this. And try not to over-grip your weight. So nice, easy grip, not a death grip. Nice, two more. Now this one, don't come down anymore. Just hold it up and go out and in, right back here to your pocket. Relax your neck and shoulder. If you needed to drop the weight, that's okay. We work to straighten the elbow. Now leave your elbow straight and lift it 8 times, just 8. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. I'm done. All right, let's sit up on the other side. All right, if you're in the chair, you swing, kind of get on the corner edge. Here's your bracing. Here's your leaning forward. And you go here. And then I'll also show for standing. Okay, we're done with you, Missy, so over here. Here or here. Everybody set up. Strong core. Squared out. Let's go. Row. Low as you go. Consider the play that gravity has on you. All right, let's add the kickback. So row up, kick back, and release. Feel rather mechanical as you do this. So you're getting those important stopping points here, here, and up there. Chin up. Feel the muscle in the back of the arm. That's the primary work here. Twice more, and then we'll just do the kickbacks. So hold here, just kick back, kick back. All right, now leave it straight and we go up 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your weight, come to your chair, sit at the front edge. What a workout today, huh? All right, so I'm going to use the weight as an assist. It's particularly helpful if you know you have some back issues. It will also give us a little bit of work in our chest. However, I will show you some options to make it more challenging. So what will happen is when I sit at the front of my chair, I lean back. But the design of this chair, I never feel that I'm touching the chair. With the weight on your chest, it's harder. Well, yeah, because, you know, the weight is pulling you backwards. So to make it a little easier, I'll move the arms forward and then back. Now, if you prefer, you can sit sideways, and I'll show that. So you can either do this. There's nothing back there to catch you, should you go too quickly. So this one is the safer one, and it is a hinge. Zip your zipper. Do not round your back, so please don't make it this. Keep your chest lifted, maybe look outward. So whether you're choosing to put the weight out in front or keep it loaded on your chest, right, it's called a reverse sit-up, but I am not rounding. Pull in your belly button. Again, try and go and stay for an instant and return back. Now, if you begin to feel it's too much, you can move your weight out in front so you can mix and match. Now, let's all end up stopped right here. Everybody stay right here. I'm going to give an option for rotation. If you're at the edge of the chair, you're only going to go one way. If you're sitting at the front edge of the chair like I am, you can alternate. Here's what will happen. I'm sitting nice and tall. I rotate first, then think of your back shoulder going back toward the back of the chair, coming back center. Now, if you're like me, you can come centered, stay nice and tall, rotate back, come back up and centered. If you're at the side of the chair, you're relegated to just repeating the same side. Lifting nice and tall, rotate, lean back, yikes, and go center. Lift up before you rotate is key. Now, could I move the weight out a little bit? Sure. So you decide where you want the weight, or if you want the weight at all. It may be like, yeah, this is too much for me today, so maybe I'll just use my arms and let them be my rotation. So we're including now some obliques. If you say, yeah, I don't want to do that one, that's okay, your choice. You can do some more of these. So depending on where you're facing, give yourself 10 and 10. So we'll all do 20. I'm going to be alternating, but if you're on one side, after 10, switch over to the other side. Everybody good? Okay. Okay. When you're ready, zip your zipper. Remember to sit nice and tall. Create some space in your spine. Pick the exercise that's best for you today. May not be what I'm doing. Ugh. I have 2 more on my side, then I'm going to be switching. Take care of yourselves. Count. Okay, I'm on to the other side. I'm so proud of myself. I'm not a good counter. I rely on you for that. Breathe. Shh. Shh. I'm almost done. How about you? Shh. Feet stay on the floor, please. Last 2 for me. Last one. And seated deadlift. And you can do it standing, but I'm going to do it seated. So I'm holding each end of the dumbbell. My head will be lifted. It's not going down. It's as if I'm trying to pull this out, not using my arms, but lifting and using the muscles in my back. It's a deadlift, so again, that hinging, so we're not compressing in our spine. Where you go forward is where you go forward as your hips allow. Now, this is analogous to this one, which you might be more familiar with. And usually they'll say bend the knees, but because of my hamstring flexibility, I usually do my legs straight. But again, it's the arms up and then lifting that chest. So working the back side of our core, but we're doing it from the chair. Okay. And even if you had no weights, you could imagine, I think you've heard my story about pulling a juniper out of my yard in Kansas City. I pulled and pulled, and the juniper won and my back lost. That was the start of my back issues. Gardening has been the problem in my back. So now I'm as mindful as we all should be, managing our bodies as we put more time on our odometers. I say 2 more, and this will be my last one. Okay, let's keep one weight, and we'll do asymmetrical over the head shoulder press. Now, you may not want to use a weight, that might be appropriate for you. So it can be this. See, I'm turning my palm forward. It could be this. Remember, up for us is more practical. Think of getting something or putting something up into a cabinet rather than putting it on your head. And we're just doing one side, 10 and 10, belly in. Yes, you can do it standing, but the caution is if you're going to do this standing, don't do this. And you don't really even know that you're doing it. So sometimes seated can be a little more supportive. All right, 10 when you're ready. When you're done, and you may be faster or slower than me, set up, sit, stay nice and tall. When you're ready, go for 10. Could we do 2 arms? We could, but I like to sometimes do asymmetrical work because that's usually how we're doing things. I mean, usually we're not putting toucans or stuff up unless I'm putting my plates up in my cabinet. All right, offload your weight. All right. So we're going to just sit at the front edge of the chair. Join me and sit down. And we're going to lean to the side, lean to the front, lean to the other side, and then go back. Just roll around in your pelvis. When you go back, you'll notice how the core says, I got you. Okay, let's go the other way. Round and bound. So hopefully today we got a lot of cardio, some thinking, I was trying to think anyway. And now we're gonna work on our mobility and stretch. Okay. So bending an elbow and drawing your elbow up. Elbow not veering off to the side. Yours may go here. You may be so high, it's better for you to take the other arm up here and stay nice and tall. You're welcome to stand up to do this. Now release that arm out in front. Reach out as if we're going to shake hands. Hold this shoulder down. And when the arm goes across, it will only go so far. Use your other hand at the back side to help bring it across a little further. This elbow will not bend and the shoulder ought not rise up. So hold the shoulder down, keep the elbow straight, and you should feel a broadening through your shoulder blades. Now this one might be a little tricky for those with shoulder issues, so as I release the arm and bend in the elbow, slide it in until your elbow is right up against your side, and then the hand reaches up your back, like to scratch an itch. Every time I do this, I'm so glad I don't have any blouses that have buttons in the back. Remember, they used to have, I think in the 1800s, they put buttons in the back. Maybe because somebody was there to help them. Slowly release that arm down, and you may find the other arm to be easier or harder. So palm up, hand on shoulder, elbow up, stay there a little bit. Those of you who need a little more, you're up here. So we're on the other side. You'll notice how this is the same or very different. So shaking hands, anchor your shoulder, elbows straight, move the arm across. Now help it move a little more with your other hand. It is different on each arm. Here's the one that might be tricky. So I'm using my right arm, and you should be on your left arm. Usually if you're right arm dominant, it's harder to put the hand behind. Some people do easier. So did you make sure that when you bent the hand in, the elbow came right up against your side, and then you bring the other hand up your back? Very different. You can improve this. If you find a big discrepancy in one of your shoulders, whichever arm went behind, you probably felt it more in the front of that shoulder. You can do this and go up against a wall and kind of lean back with your hand back there to add a little extra. You could do it in bed at night as well. It will improve things. Did it myself. Slowly release out that arm. Okay, now both arms go overhead. Just grab the hands together, either hand, and lean a little to one side, stretch out the arms. Lean a little to the other side, stretch out the arms. Move the arms in front and bow down your head. So feel your scapula open up. Okay, as you come up, we'll go into a little hip stretch. Try not to use your hands, knees are apart, lift that foot. Grab hold, sit up straight, lean forward. So I was noticing on an interview, I don't even know who they were, but I was noticing how people were sitting. I don't know who the interviewer was. I'm thinking it was Stephen Colbert, but I was noticing he had really good range of motion. He sat with his knee way out to the side. Tight hip people tend to sit like this. This could be you, so you just have to kind of aim for that. But yeah, you can notice the difference in people. And then you're leaning forward. Again, that hinging motion with a tight belly, and relax your neck and shoulders. Let's go to the other side. Try not to use your hands. You can lean back. That's an exercise in itself, right? And then sit up nice and straight. So look, my knee is much higher on this side. Ugh. And then maybe a massage would be in order. Hinging forward. And I breathe. So parasympathetic nervous system, I talk about this a lot in yoga classes. That calming down allows your body to feel safe, and it makes it a little easier for it to manage everything it needs to manage in you. So right now you're trying to use your breath to create a little bit of calm. And then coming to that hamstring stretch, you can remain seated, extend your legs so the toe is up. You sit nice and tall and lean forward. That's absolutely fine. Some of you may prefer to do the standing one. Remember, it's the outside leg I think is safer if you're going to do this one. And the advantage of this one is you don't lean as far forward because the leg has come up to meet you. So here I am here. Leaning out until I feel that opening in the back of the leg. And you breathe. So we want to try and maintain a bit of these cues that we use when we're working out, when we're living every day. Are we sitting up straight? Are we squeezing our bellies? Are we relaxing our shoulders? Okay, let's switch legs. I'll go to the other side. Well, today my tubing apparently has been more decorative than anything else. Always good to have your toys when you need them, though. So you may not go very far forward. It's just what is available. So leaning all the way out. Again, using your breath. And for those of you in the chair, without using your hands, stand yourself up. Open your arms to the side. Be aware of your blood pressure. If you can, turn and look off to one side. And then back to the center. Other side, if you don't twist, just turn your head. Sometimes you need to look over that way. And back center, draw up the arms, breath in, arms all the way up. Exhale down. So finish that glass of water you got for yourself. And thank you so much for tuning in and joining today. And as usual, I will send you the recording.